Hi, it's Therese from Lost in Paper, and I've got some great news today. I'm now part of the TheAlleyWayStamps team and so excited to be one of their YouTube specialists. So to kick off, I'm going to be making a fun shaker card using one of my all-time favourite sets called Priceless Joy. Now the papers I'm going to be using today come from this My Mind's Eye Now and Then paper pad. It's called Izzy. Really cute little papers, and I've been on a real kick lately to try and use up some of these papers, and then I can go ahead and get some more. This cute little yellow dotty paper. I'm going to be doing some paper piecing on this bird, and I'm using Memento just in case I want to do a bit of shading with some Copic, which is probably likely to happen. I've also got some Graphics Deluxe vellum, and I'll stamp this little fella out a couple of times on here. This is a really cute vellum. It's got some iridescent little dots in there. And for the panel that I'm going to have on the front of my card, I'll stamp out my bird down the bottom right corner. I'm using a Copic marker here, just add a little bit of shading to the bird. And then I'll be fussy cutting and getting him ready for the front of my card. So I'm using some double-sided adhesive to assemble my bird. Make sure I get my pieces the right way. A little fold in these wings so they do sit out a little bit. And I've got some of the YG family here just to add a bit of grass. So I've cut some green striped cardstock 12.5 by 7.5 centimetres, and the panel I've been working on is exactly the same width. I did that purposefully because that's going to be sitting over the top. And I've got a oval die cut. And I'm just going to work out where I want that for my shaker window and hold that in place with some washi and then run it through my die cutting machine. So I'm keeping the upper and the lower portion of my die cut, and next I'll cut my speech bubble. So I'll make a mark where I want the top of my speech bubble to be and trim that in my paper trimmer. My sentiment's from the same stamp set, and I've got some Onyx black ink, and I'm going to stamp it on the back of my speech bubble. I'm just measuring up some acetate. This isn't normal acetate, it's from packaging, so it's quite a bit heavier than. And a trick that I use is to use a permanent marker to mark where I want to cut it. The next step is to adhere the acetate to my front panel. So now that my two panels are the same size, I'm going to have to create a well to keep my sequins in. So I do that using some foam. This is not double-sided tape, it's extra thick foam sheet. Just get it from an art or craft store. And I'll adhere that all over the back of my panel. So what I've done is I've cut the fun foam and stuck it to the acetate, and I've run it right along the edge of both sides and used it instead of mounting foam, so it's all at the same height, and made sure that there was no gaps where the well's going to be. I've got some really thin Wonder tape, and I'm going to use this along the sides of the card, and I've cut some really thin strips of the same acetate, or packaging, so it's that bit thicker. I'm going to run this along the sides to create my well. Now I've put some score tape on the back of my green stripe panel, ready to go onto the front of the card. And I've also got some score tape and Tombow ready to adhere my front panel on. First I'm going to put my sequins into my shaker well though. Just got a mix of green and yellows, clear, sparkling. And I'm going to pop my little bird up with some mounting foam. And we're done. And that's how it shakes. I'll be back again real soon with another card for the alleyway stamps. So until then, happy paper crafting. Bye.